Tonight, we are stepping into a single, incredibly intense night in the life of one family. It's a night where the curtain between our world and another just gets incredibly thin. And a father and his three daughters are each pulled into these profound dreams and, honestly, some terrifying visions.
Okay, so this ancient prophecy from the book of Joel, it perfectly sets the stage for what's about to happen. It's all about divine communication, this idea that spiritual experiences can break through to anyone, regardless of their age. And for this family, that promise is about to become very, very real. And frankly, pretty unsettling.
So our story kicks off with the father, Zadokiel. And he's not in some peaceful, prayerful state. No, he's trembling. He's trying to pull himself together after a direct encounter with the divine that has just completely rattled him to his core.
Now, there's a technical term for what he just went through. It's called a theophany, a direct, tangible manifestation of God. But for Zadokiel, this was not some gentle, loving revelation. Not at all.
Yeah, forget everything you might picture, beams of light, heavenly choirs. Zadokiel's experience was about immense, crushing weight. The source material describes it like a kind of divine gravity, a pressure so intense it's like standing under a collapsing sky. It's a force that's literally bending his soul.
And look at how every little physical detail here just reflects his spiritual state. The water he throws on his face feels sharp, metallic, like a blade. When he looks in the mirror, he doesn't see himself. He sees this hollow-eyed, haunted man who has been seen by something infinite. And all the while, the memory of his late wife, Eliza, is just hanging there, like a shadow in the room.
And right here, this is his whole conflict, laid bare. He feels completely out of his depth. I mean, he's not some great biblical prophet who's trained for this stuff. He's just a father, a man with trembling hands who's now been given this spiritual weight that he has no idea how to carry.
So as Zadokiel is wrestling with this burden, that same spiritual energy is seeping into the dreams of his two younger daughters, Hope and Charity. But it's manifesting in a totally different way. While their father felt pressure, they're experiencing memory, a memory that's beautiful, but also laced with loss.
So check this out. Both girls dream of their mother, Eliza, who's passed away. For Hope, it's this gorgeous, sun-drenched orchard. For Charity, it's a warm, cozy, candlelit room. But look how they end. Hope's beautiful orchard just fades away into a cold mist, and Charity's warm room dissolves into this silent, starless, empty void. Both dreams start with comfort, and both end with a profound sense of separation.
In Hope's dream, right as everything is fading, her mother gives her this message of comfort, this promise that she's not really gone. She's in the world around her, in the beauty of nature, in the quiet moments of prayer.
And Charity gets a similar message, but it's more internal. Her mother has become this unseen companion, a source of inner strength. She's there in Charity's own courage, in her own emotions.
So the takeaway here is that these dreams are just incredibly bittersweet. I mean, they deliver this beautiful message of love, but they do it by reminding the girls of the painful, uncrossable distance that now separates them from their mother. It's comfort wrapped in an ache.
But then we get to the eldest daughter, Eden, and her experience is, well, it's on a whole other level. She doesn't get a comforting memory. She gets thrown headfirst into a full-blown prophetic vision, a terrifying glimpse into a world that's unraveling.
Eden's prophecy plays out in this horrifying sequence. First, she's in a desolate wasteland. Then, she's watching these shadowy figures performing profane rituals inside a burning cathedral. She gets this one brief glimpse of hope, this glowing tree of life. But just as she sees it, this thick, choking mist just rises up and swallows everything.
And this mist is such a powerful symbol. It's not just fog. It's described as a physical manifestation of fear, of shame, of doubt. It's a force that literally blinds people, cutting them off from any path to grace or salvation.
In the middle of all this horror, Eden hears her mother's voice too. But she doesn't get the same gentle reassurance her sisters did. Eden gets a challenge. Her mother tells her that faith isn't something you can just get from your family. It's a path you have to actively choose to walk, especially when it's scary.
So the vision doesn't end peacefully. It shatters. And it leaves Eden wide awake, gasping for air, completely terrified and alone in that fear. It's such a stark contrast to the bittersweet comfort her sisters found in their dreams.
And this brings us right back to where we started, with Zadokiel. He's standing outside Eden's door, and he can hear her muffled sobs. And in that one moment, it all clicks. He realizes that the spiritual turmoil he felt wasn't just his. It has fallen on his entire family.
And this is his final prayer of the night. It's such a profound shift. He's no longer asking, what am I supposed to do with my burden? He's asking for the strength to help carry theirs. His focus is moved completely from his own fear to his children's pain.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole story, leaving us with this really powerful question. For this family, faith isn't some comforting blanket. It's a crushing weight. It's an inherited fire. And the story doesn't give us any easy answers. It just asks us to think about what it really means to carry such a heavy and yet holy inheritance.